Good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. Back on the M50B30 Stroker. I said I was setting a deadline for the end of September, so still planning on getting it all ready and done by the end. I have noticed some other bits and pieces I'll probably need to do on it as well before MOT. Ross pointed out last night that the brake lines are very, very rusty, so I could probably tidy them up, but to be honest, some of them are that bad that maybe if I push the brakes they'll probably burst. So I'm going to be fitting a hydraulic handbrake anyway, so I may as well sort out the brakes at the same time. I might remove the ABS pump and then just run the brakes like that and fit a hydro. Exhaust, I did start welding on the mid pipes to delete the cat yesterday evening before I went home. So I just need to drop the exhaust a little bit and weld around the top and put some gaskets on the exhaust and make a hanger for the rear, just mount a hanger for the rear, and then that'll be done. Plan on getting the anti-roll bar mount off today as well. I may start getting the sill welded. I'm not sure. We are welding a car at the moment, so Ross may be using the welder. But yeah, if the welder's free, I'll start welding the passenger side sill if I have time. But yeah, at least I've got an exhaust on it at the moment. As I said, I just need to finish welding it and get it mounted at the back. I did mean to get some fuel for it this morning as well, which I didn't. But I'll pop out when Ross comes in and I'll grab some fuel for it, so I can run it up to temperature. And maybe take it for a quick spin around the site now because it has an exhaust on it and it's cooling system's all bled, everything's sorted. So yeah, I just need to move a couple of cars around and then I can get started on it. Right, so as I said, I started welding the center pipes in, the decap pipes yesterday evening. Got some new rubbers to hang the center, the back box. Now I just need to mount this hanger, you can actually see it. It's only mounted on one side, so I need to drill a hole in the boot floor and mount that. Basically, same way as that one's mounted. Yeah, it's not the greatest exhaust. I made it for my silver compact about 10 years ago when we first got a welder, and I made it where the car was on axle stands out on the street outside the house before we had a unit. So yeah, so I'm going to drop that down, just take it off the manifolds at the front. I'll be able to drop it down enough then, just to weld around the top. There's only a small bit of, I can't get the welder to, so weld around the top of the exhaust, put the exhaust back up then, put some new gaskets on it, seal it up onto the manifolds, and then I'll just sort out the hanger on the back box and get that sorted. So that's first on the list for this morning. The only thing that might slow me down with this is I haven't got a logbook for it at the moment. I need to apply for the logbook. Every day this week I went to apply for it when I got home, and I needed a VIN number and I never wrote a VIN number down, so I write the VIN number down today and I'll get it applied for. So yeah, first of all, let's get this exhaust down. For anybody who takes off down pipes off E36 from the manifolds, it's always nice when you put some fresh bolts in it, rather than trying to tackle rusty old studs and having to cut them off and tap them out. Yes, that should be down now. Right, so I just need to drop it down just so I can get to the top bits here I couldn't access. So just do a couple of minutes just to weld them up. I'm on fire. Nope, I'm not on fire. I can smell fire. That is all done. Probably should have cleaned the top off, but didn't bother. But anyway, it's all welded together, that's fine. So just get some gaskets on here onto the manifolds, get it all bolted back up, and then I'll sort out hanging the back box properly. Lift the exhaust back into place now.
Huh?
Running a bit lumpy. Once you give it a rev, it's fine, but down low, it's a bit lumpy, and it's a bit smoky. But I've always known it's smoky. I've tried to connect IMPA to it and the Delphi, and I cannot connect. Won't read the car. Tried a different ECU as well, just in case, and yeah, it won't read it. So, not quite sure. Going to compression test it. I thought it was maybe low on fuel, so put more fuel in it. Plenty of fuel in it. Instead it takes a rev, and it revs fine. Just down low, and if you rev it slowly, it's completely fine. Could be sensor related, maybe, but I'll have to be able to connect to it. I'm not sure why I can't connect to it. I've been watching about now with wires and everything trying to connect. I've got the OBD1 plug in the engine bay, tried to connect through that, no luck. Then I've got an OBD port which I've wired in to the EWS module, which I've used for like flashing the car, flashing the ECU, and running logs on it when I was mapping it originally. Yeah, so I don't know why it's not connecting now. The only difference between now and then is I've got the S gauge installed, but I don't see that causing any issues. That's reading fine, and then I'm just connecting to the same K line that's running off, so not sure why it's not connecting, so I need to dig deeper into that. Yeah, I want to make sure the engine's running good first, and there's no point in doing anything else to it. If it needs a set of rings, I'll have to pull it back out and then sort them, and if I'm going to be doing that, I'll just be taking this engine out and putting a 330 diesel engine straight in it, because I've got that in another car. So yeah, I'm gonna have another try to connect to it. I'm gonna have a cup of tea now and just rest my head for 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna go back at it and just have a look to see why it's not connecting. I must be missing something. As I said, I've connected to it many times previously. So yeah, so we'll have a look at that. Yeah, so I'm trying to connect through the OBD1 port in the engine bay, not connecting at all through that one. And I've used that to connect and read and flash and everything in the past. So that's not an issue. And then inside, I've wired up an OBD port. It's wired up an OBD2 port, so which I've used that to run logs and flash the car previously. Right, so after scratching my head, we checked the coil packs, just unplugging each one as you went along. 1, 2, 3 and 4 all made the engine cut out. Number 5 and 6 made no difference, so I was just swapping the coil back around and noticed the plugs are full of water. Number 5 is, and I'm going to take out number 6 now, but I assume the same water's got into the plugs, and that's probably why it's been running lumpy. So let me put out number 6 and see what that one is like. Piston 6 full of water. Well, not piston, just a spark plug hole. Yeah, so that'll be a much easier fix. I'll just blow the water out now, and fingers crossed. Well, that's definitely why it was running lumpy. So I don't need to start thinking about rebuilding engines just yet. Let me get that water out and I'll get it restarted and see what it's like. Should be fine. Fingers crossed. So they are full. Yeah, so that's it for today. I think it's still a little bit lumpy, but it does rev fine, much better than what it was with the cylinders full of water, and the back 2 cylinders were really full. I'm going to still compression test it because it is a bit blue smoky. I'm not sure on whether the rings are good or not. That's always been on the back of my mind. yeah, spent quite a while messing about with the laptop, seeing if I could connect to it and sorting out the wires, but still can't connect to it at the moment. So I'll have to sort it out as well, just so I can read diagnostics on it. Yeah, so that's it for this week. I'll be back on it next week. This has put me back a little bit as well. I was hoping to have a lot more done today, but once again, I got the exhaust done, so that's not too bad. So at least I can run it and see what it sounds like. It's hard to see what it sounded like with no exhaust on it. Yeah, so once again, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff, and see you next week, hopefully with a bit more progress and the running issue hopefully sorted out.